I think my interest in education started when I was quite young, actually, doing playing house and doing the pretend games. I've always pretended to be the teacher, and other kids were sitting in front of me playing the students. I quite enjoy that a lot. And then growing up, I also had the opportunity to land it at a liberal art college in the Midwest, Manchester College. They offer me quite a lot of good opportunities. The majority of the students there were preparing themselves to be teachers. So I felt very natural to be in that environment. Upon graduating from Manchester, I continue on to Wright State University in counseling, because I've always liked people and like helping people in that helping profession. That career led me to being offered the first job as both a counselor and a teacher at a private high school in Florida. Then a family brought me here to California. I landed in teaching mathematics in Vista Junior High School. And soon after that, wouldn't you know, 6 months after, Prop 13 handed me a pink slip. I fell out of education for a couple of years.
I also want to take some time and ask if those students that are graduating, if you would stand, please, who are veterans of the table.
And Mu Alpha Theta. Anthony Joseph Ramirez. Nu Nguyen Nguyen Phan. Summer Comstock by Theta Kappa.
Well, in life, there's always the good news, bad news. The bad news is I got a pink slip. The good news is that I had experiences in doing something else outside of education that validated for me again that education is really where I belong. I continued the search and I'm very fortunate that it was like an arranged marriage. I started a job as a counselor at Long Beach City College.
Romina Yamashiro. Nicole R. Bix.
Well, I served as a counselor for the refugees, and that's in the 80s. I used a lot of my own personal experience coming to this country, having the culture shock, the language shock, the poverty shock, to help the refugees gain their own self-sufficiency. And that was a very rewarding experience. At the same time, I learned about what a community college is, because growing up in Taiwan, we don't have the community college system. And I have found that the more I worked in the community college system, the more I am in love with the beautiful community colleges, with its open door policies, as well as the rich diversity of the community college students, not only here in California, but nationwide. It's a beautiful system where people actually of all ages, all ethnic diversity, background, and economic status could come here and have an opportunity for higher education.
Finals week was always my favorite week because I knew at the end of it, I would never have to see them ever again. In all seriousness, however, you guys are great.
I was at Long Beach City College for 10 years, working with the refugee program. After that, I was offered a job at Saddleback College by Dr. Carroll, Constance Carroll. That was 1990. 1990, I started at Saddleback College. It's a community college with two colleges, Irvine Valley and Saddleback, in south part of Orange County.
California.
In California. I was a matriculation coordinator, and also later served in the Office of Instruction. And I'm one of those who get bored easily and always looking for new adventures. So after a while, I did a little bit of everything, and I was very fortunate to have offered a career advancement to become the Assistant Superintendent Vice President of Economic and Community Development at Rio Hondo College, and that's in Whittier, California.
She's our Oprah, but she's being Joe her whole life long since she was just a baby girl. And thank God for it.
Rio Hondo was an equally rewarding experience because my position was about economic and community development. I was able to really work with a lot of the business industry, creating partnerships with the college. I've always felt that community college needs to come out of the college campus and into the community. And that was an opportunity for me to absolutely demonstrate the beauty of when a community college really blossomed and served its community. And the community development part, we were able to work with a lot of the organizations like LULAC, with the chambers, to create programs that bring, at that time, a majority of the Latino students and youth gearing toward college and working on a brighter future.
She's one of the most wonderful people I've ever worked with and worked for. And most importantly, what I'd like to say is that we go back over 30 years, probably longer than anyone in this whole district has ever known her or anything about her. I had the privilege of being an administrator in a district where she became a first-year teacher.
Jennifer Tam Nguyen. Anna Leah Kyle. Catherine Nora Mulholland. Anthony.
At Rio Hondo, one of the very exciting things I embarked on was creating from the ground level virtual college. In that era, in the late 90s, distance learning, especially online distance learning, was still relatively new. So working through that challenges and also breaking through some new frontiers in distance education, especially web-based distance education, was very, very exciting. And I was able to work with great teams, great faculty who are willing to be innovative, try new things, and then develop the virtual college. In a very short, about a year and a half, we became the California's virtual campus regional center. Not only we started it, but we were that good that we were teaching 25 other colleges in the region to do online distance learning. And that's what really made it very exciting, because we were learning and while teaching others to do.
She is absolutely wonderful. I mean, she's a teacher, she's a mentor, she's a leader, she's a friend. She's just an amazing lady, and we had the opportunity to roast her, if you will, on Friday night, and one of the roasts was that she could be president, or she could be an astronaut, or she could be Oprah. She's just amazing, and it's been really a privilege working with her.
She is sparkly. That is my adjective for Dr. Currie. She is always upbeat, smiling, thinking of solutions to problems, and I've learned a lot from her.
What I have found learning from students firsthand, because one of the very exciting experience I had was I asked a student, one of the first online student, I said, why are you taking the online class? And how have you found the learning to be in that environment? What she said absolutely blew my mind. And from that moment, I know that technology-mediated instruction is a very exciting frontier for many students would not have had the opportunity to learn, first of all, so the accessibility issue. Secondly is a total new way of looking at learning. What she said was, if it wasn't for online learning, distance learning, I would not even be able to do it. The accessibility for her, she works full time and also has a family. So the accessibility issue was very important to her. Secondly, this is when her face totally lights up. She said, I had never found learning to be so relaxed. And I said, how so? She said, I was in a traditional classroom, learning from the teachers. I was always the nervous one, just writing notes, jotting down notes, copying what's on the board. And I probably missed a third of it, just being nervous. She said, learning has always been a nervous thing for me, afraid of missing anything and everything the teachers may, have said that was important. But with online distance learning, she said, I was able to learn in a very different kind of a mindset, in a very relaxed environment. If I miss something, it's still there. I can review the materials, listen to the lecture, and be interactive with the student anytime I want to. That changed the whole dynamic of learning. And that was very exciting.
She is the consummate leader. She has forever always tried to bring out the best in everybody that she works with. She's able to bring people together with differing points of views and to get them to recognize the ability to be able to come together and to be able to join and to find the best in each of those people.
The wonderful experience of the distance education brought me to Coastline. And Coastline Community College is one of its kind, and there's no other college like it. And they're the pioneer in distance education. It even holds a record still today that on the first day of the college opening, Coastline had 20,000 students showed up. Why? Because before then, there was not a college devoted themselves with a single focus of accessibility, allowing people to have opportunity for higher education. Even if they are geographically bound, if they are time zone bound, and they're work bound or family bound or physically bound, to be able to go out and go to the traditional college Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 to 12. So Coastline has been a pioneer in distance education, producing high quality telecourses at the time when they started. That was very innovative in those days in the 70s.
Yes.
She is a great leader, a wonderful person to work with, and I feel very lucky that I'm able to have had the chance to work with her.
Margot Quimedo. Christina Jennifer Jimenez. Andrew Kale Berghausen. Fung Trung Huang.
Hi, Dr. Currie. Dale Ingram here on behalf of the Associated Students of Golden West College, and we would just like to thank you so much for all of your hard work and dedication over the years. On behalf of all of us, we wish you all the best in the future.
Of course, as technology progressed, Coastline was able to develop very high quality online technology mediated instruction. Later, ventured into CD-ROM, also was very innovative at the time. Then when I came, we were able to put courses on the PDA, and then later on cell phone, a tiny little chip, not any bigger than the top of your fingernail. We're able to put 10 interactive dynamic courses on that chip, so students could actually take classes on their cell phone. This is a few years back. We were the first one to do that. In addition to, my goodness, we have nearly 20 Emmy Awards behind our own self-developed educational courseware that we license to hundreds of colleges and universities, not only here in the United States, but worldwide. So I was in seventh heaven leading a college with this kind of innovative and creative spirit. And I think the other part that I absolutely loved about Coastline was the people. We were able to really work in such a unity that the power really showed through many different ways by people are willing to work together, to think outside the box and put the follow-up through behind it. So we're very innovative for a community college, and many other teams around the country and from other countries come to Coastline, want us to teach them how we did it.
Wonderful.
Bill Cortez. Brian R. Ball.
We educators come into education wanting to make a difference. So every job, different levels. What's different about it is the level of difference you can make. As I became the chancellor over this very dynamic institution of 3 very large-sized community colleges, currently we are serving over 75,000 students among the 3 colleges: Golden West College, headquartered in Huntington Beach, Orange Coast College in Costa Mesa, and of course Coastline. Basically, it's a community college without walls everywhere around the world. 75,000 students is a lot of students. In addition to that, we have 20,000 military students. So altogether, we're talking about over 90,000 students here in the Coast Community College District. So the reward is tenfold for me being the chancellor, making differences in the students' lives. I will hope that in the policies that help shape, in the programs that I help create, and in the curriculum that we design, all with the students' success in mind, to making that difference, not only thinking about the group at a 90,000 dynamic, but at the individual level. You know, it goes back to the starfish story. Every single one makes a difference. You know, when you are at graduation, which is one of my favorite events of the year. Everything is special. Every time I'm with a student is special. So think about, we have hundreds and thousands of students graduating each year. That is the happiest moment for me, watching their families applaud for them, and the joy, the tears sometimes of what it took for them to be here. It's different for a community college student. The road sometimes is much longer, much harder, and many have taken the twists and turns to get here. Behind every face in that cap and gown, there is a story. And for the community colleges, we have countless of stories of triumph and victory, and certainly success. That's the reward for me being the chancellor. It's all about watching the students being successful and send them in on another journey beyond the community college system. We transfer to 4-year schools. We have many successful students return with their PhDs and successful in their careers or business, whatever they take on. I feel that sense of pride and joy sitting in my chair as a chancellor, even though my position, my daily life seemingly is very distant from the student, but they're never, never very far from my sight, on my mind, and in my heart.
Elena Marcela Vasquez.
Vision 2020 is very exciting for me and for our entire district and this community, because vision without a plan is only a dream. So we spend the entire year crafting and creating pieces of the master plan. It's not just the educational master plan, but we also have a facility master plan. Various components that support that vision. We have technology plan, we have the human resources plan, we also have the financial plan. All of those supportive components that is really going to make Vision 2020 true to its name, crystal clear. You know, the future is actually here with us all the time. We are living in the future now. It's just that for some, the future takes 30 or 40 years to be distributed to them. I would like to think that Coast Community College District will always be at the front, at the center of future. And I know this Vision 2020 plan will put our district, our community, be at the center and the front of future.
She's also one of the people in this district who has cared more about part-time faculty than anyone else, and those are the people I represent. So she is a compatriot in that area. Thank you, Ding Jo.
For me, this journey at this point in my life is simply turning the page from one chapter to the next. And I will take all of which that I have gathered, become who I am today, and make that the new beginning of my next chapter. One of the things that I have always been involved is at the national, very active at the national level, having served as the chair, board chair for the American Association of Community Colleges. Wonderful, wonderful professional opportunity for me. I'm currently serving on the board for the American Council of Education. I intend to continue to be active on several other national boards so that I am in tune with what the needs are in higher education at the national level. I'm also very involved on an international level because after all, this is a global village now that we're living in. So I will continue those endeavors in many different ways. I have a goal that I will help educate, contribute, paying forward by bringing in, developing new leaders in the community college system as well as for the higher education system. One of the things I know I will be doing is being a research doctoral professor for Cal State Fullerton. I really look forward to that. It's really a wonderful program to develop future leaders, executive leaders, great leaders for the community college system.
Well, we have many ways to help students, and this is one of the fun ways while we are raising scholarship for students to enhance their skills, so for many can get their degrees and have a brighter future, but we are also here attending the party, having fun at the same time. Having fun and still help our students.
Well, Ding Jo is, I cannot just explain her with one word. Ding Jo is a mentor, she's a visionary, she's a friend, she's a sister, she's a role model. I don't know how she can do all, but that's how we look at her. She's going to be missed. I have no doubt that wherever she goes with the vision she has, she's going to make a huge only one in a million like Ding Zhou.
This couple is very special. The kind of work they do.
Where's Mom?
Of not only working for, but being next door neighbors to our dear friend Ding Zhou since she's been the chancellor of the district. We're here tonight to celebrate her illustrious...
Too many speeches, but when someone like Ding Zhou Currie leaves, it makes you sad. Coastline Community College, which it has just a nationwide reputation for its distance learning programs, and she's quite the entrepreneur. They do many things there.
Thank you for your vision.
And I must tell you that I am not surprised at all that it's standing room only in this room. I mean, Ding Zhou is such an incredible person. She exemplifies all of the traits we try to instill in students in the Coast District, and Coastline in particular. She's intelligent, she's ethical, she is enthusiastic. And Ding Zhou, thanks a lot. Can we all join in?
Flowers for our flower. Thank you so much, Ding Zhou, for all you.
More than a hug, lady. More than a hug. Thank you very much.
She was a well-known leader. She was a highly respected leader. And more than that, she really had a great commitment to leadership, something that she has brought to Coastline.
Oh, goodness. iPad.
I think the assumption is that you take a lot of naps in the afternoon when you're retired. On the other hand, it does say it's from the School of Sailing and Seamanship, and then I have a ticket that's good for one cruise on the harbor for you and your family, and we hope that you're able to enjoy that in the near future.
Feel sad when you're sad. We feel glad when you're glad. What we're going through, we just can't smile without you.
Obama. Or maybe she'll get into... maybe she'd like to try detecting some stuff. I don't know. Or get wacky with those Glee kids. We'll be traveling together. I turned my back and Oprah got scared. And who can blame? She belongs on an indie track, people.
The place that I haven't been before either is this kind of farewell. You know, we have new experiences. And another place I've never been before is standing right here. I'm telling you from just this moment. It's a moment of this kind of combination, this state of emotions. This is not a place that I have ever been before. Time that I would spend with my daughters and over the years, for me, I thank you, my family, and then my larger family. I can't wait. I know that my job had actually prevented me from spending more time with you. That's another thing I look forward to, having time to bring you even more into my life. Thank you forevermore.
Thank you.
Well, Ding Joe, you know how much we've appreciated your leadership, your kindness, your open heart, your interest in students, and your care for staff.
I think that what all of your colleagues will miss the most is love. Because when you gave that last little speech, what came through was just pure love.
See, I told her so much.
That's why we're going to have fun together.
Congratulations on everything, on touching everybody's lives, and thank you for being a wonderful mother even through all the hardships and difficulties, and you know, I will be there for you as you were there for me.